Hello and welcome to Editor's Eye and welcome to my top 10 TV drama box sets. Now, it's a big subject for me because I think this is actually a really great art form. I think the TV box set has become what the symphony was at one time, what the novel was, what the film became really in the 20th century, but it's just produced the best art that we've created really. I think it's some really, really excellent stuff. Now, that's a subject to which I can make an entire video, so I'm going to make it as a separate one, and let's go straight in with our spoiler-free list. At number 10, which is a series that's currently going at the moment, Succession. Superb. It's funny, the characters are excellent, the script's excellent, the story is all excellent.
I'm thankful that I am going to be marrying into one of the most kind and loving families in the world.
Are you not going to be marrying Shiv anymore?
And even though it's really funny, I love the way the characters have an ambivalence about them. You kind of like ones that you feel like you're not supposed to like, or you find them interesting, or you're not sure. You think it's just very, very well done television. Even though to date we're only 2 series in. Going to blow the UK trumpet, Jesse Armstrong, the creator from Peep Show fame. And can I just say how strange it is to see Macaulay Culkin's brother being so brilliant? Who'd have thought?
What I think he meant to say was that he wished that mom gave birth to a can opener, because at least then it would be useful.
Number 9 comes Game of Thrones. Now, I promise you a spoiler-free list, but one spoiler I have to say is that this is a series that starts amazingly and ends up not quite so good. It still makes the list, but just. At number 8, I'm picking 3, because I couldn't fit them in, and it's my list and I don't care. And I think they show the variety of TV things you can get. So firstly, Justified, which is excellent, it's Timothy Oliphant. Boardwalk Empire, which, dare I say, it starts weekly, and that could be Martin Scorsese's fault, even though I'm a huge Martin Scorsese fan. And Shameless, and that's the American Shameless version.
You gotta learn to stay away from people like my son. That's what you learn when you get punched in the face by a bully. How do you think Steve Jobs turned out so great? Bullies.
The English Shameless is also excellent, so I'd recommend that as well, but it's got brilliant story, brilliant characters, it's funny as anything. Yeah, and underrated. Number 7 comes Oz, which is like kind of one of the granddaddy figures in this thing. I think sort of this TV drama series was something that evolved. I think writers and whoever realised that you could actually have series arcs that ran over whole series. But yeah, Oz was there really at the start of things, into the 90s, larger than life. Bigger, gorier. It was a bit too big and over the top often, I have to say, and sort of turning in on itself. But you got to admire its nerve and don't turn your back on it because someone might shank you. Number 6 comes David Simon's The Wire. Brilliant stuff. A TV show that really made you have to watch and concentrate over a proper series to work out what was happening and how things were working. Really spent its time with things. Number 5, Deadwood, which is just its own thing, really. I mean, the language people use in this show is just brilliant.
In your mug, there's no such history. Are you a cunt-driven near-maniac or stalwart, driven by principle? The many cannot tell, for you yourself are so fucking confused. But you do make a good appearance, so they're prone to grant you their trust, which we will use as an asset in the common campaign.
What's the campaign?
Somehow the story sometimes feels so simple and yet so complicated. Characters are superb. Hats off to Ian McShane. It's just a great series, and one that sets a really high bar for shows to follow, I think.
Aquiloni. Cocksucker. Yeah, glad I taught you that fucking word. These are whites, huh? White cocksucker.
Number 4 comes 6 Feet Under. I mean, these series are just so good now, all of them. They're set in a funeral parlour, different story each week, but again, this idea of a series sort of carrying on, and then you could sort of engage in these characters over much longer periods of time. It's just a beautiful, metaphysical, lovely show, 6 Feet Under.
Why can't anyone in this family just let me fucking be?
Because I just flashed on Maya at your age, sitting in front of the TV feeling sorry for herself. Not caring about anything or anybody. It just broke my heart.
Number 3 comes Mad Men. Wow, Mad Men. God, everything's perfect about this show. Sometimes I've got to say I feel reluctant about watching an episode, and then as I watch it I get sort of drawn more and more in. I just love the natural complexity and ambivalence. There's every scene, there's at least 2 different things going on. Some other things that's just so beautiful about it. Number 2 comes Sopranos. I think if Oz is the grandfather, then Sopranos is the dad of all these shows. It really was the first one that showed the way forward. Basically take something from the movies, gangster films, and extend them. Make the characters develop and the storylines stretch over. And backstory means you get time to get into things like the family. And I don't mean the mafia family, but the mafia family's family. The domestic situation, which Sopranos handles so brilliantly. It's got everything Sopranos. It's so well scripted, it's so well acted. I couldn't praise it more.
Grandma just called, started crying and hung up. So what, no fucking ZD now? Hey!
Which leaves at number 1, Breaking Bad. What am I going to say? Everyone's always said it already.
You will recommend Breaking Bad to everyone you know.
I will recommend Breaking Bad to everyone I know.
But it's a brilliant show. I must have watched that first series 5 times now.
What are you doing?
These are my good clothes. You can't go home smelling like a meth lab.
Yeah, you can. I do.
I was hooked right from the beginning, and I challenge anyone else not to be. And it's so rewatchable, that show. It's funny, it's dramatic, it's moving. It's just got everything. And it's moral. It had its eye, I think, on the ball from the beginning to the end, unlike a lot of these series where they sort of tended to lose their way. Breaking Bad is one of the few that really kept its way true right the way till the end. And for that reason, I think it takes its number 1 place. Okay, that's my list. I could do a longer video about all of those in detail if you want, more about the genre in general. So let me know if you want that. That's it. So, Editor's Eye out.